Hey guys, wherever you are, please sit, have a drink, and join me for a video. So we're not gonna do much of an intro today, but because I don't really have much of an intro other than just explaining this. So let's get into it. So I don't know if this is an every summer thing. About a week ago, I went to Half Price Books and I saw this. It is a summer reading challenge and I picked it up, of course, and I actually looked through it, and these are amazing prompts. And so I decided to do this for the summer. Plus, if you do as many as you can, you get 10% off. Plus, I have a coupon for 10% off anyway, so I'd get 20% off. I don't think you can stack coupons though. I'd have to go 2 different times. Oh darn, I have to buy more books. I have put every prompt onto a notes so I can, one, keep track as I go instead of without having to do it this whole time. And plus, I get to plan out what books I want to read for which prompt. There is one marked off because I already finished a book. So when we went to go get it, I was in the middle of reading Iron Flame, and one of the prompts is a previously unfinished book. And I'm like, technically that's unfinished because it wasn't finished when I started the challenge. But also it was a previously unfinished book that I soft DNF'd and then went back to. So I finished that and I marked it off. But I've not marked it off on here yet, so I figured we would have fun with that. So this is not very strict or anything. So technically I could say I read The Hunger Games and knock off at least 3 of these, but I'm not going to do that. I want to be strict on this because I think that this is a fun idea and I would love to be challenged this summer. So 1 book counts for 1 square. So I can't be like, oh, I read The Great Gatsby. That's under 150 pages and a classic novel. No. 1 book counts for 1 square. And it's within the dates of my summer vacation. Which means the day after school starts, we went to Half Price Books and we got this. And then the day before school ends is what I can read up to. And then after the first day of school, I'll probably go do a shopping spree, and then because this will get a lot of books off my TBR, so I'm so excited. Although I've already finished 1 prompt, I still have a lot more prompts that I need to find books for. Let's use my current TBR and let's figure out some prompts together. Well, I'm going to. You're just gonna watch. Because that's how this works. I have a few prompts figured out already, so let's go through those. So, a book I loved as a child. I mean, I'm pretty young as it is. I mean, I'm 17. So, I mean, I technically am a child, so I could reread any of the books I want. But I chose Famous Last Words by Katie Allender because this book was basically one of the books that got me into reading. I read this just because I thought it was fun. And it is a really good thriller. But I don't know how much it is actually good, or if it was good because I didn't compare it to anything else. We are going to be reading this for the first prompt, which is a book I loved as a child. And it was it has paranormal and murder mystery and all this fun stuff. So I'm going to reread that and see how much I like it, I guess. And then a start of a new series. I don't own this one. But we have King of Wrath by Anna Huang, because my friend has been trying to get me to read it forever and I really want to read it. But that's the start of a new series. I will buy it and or read it on my Kindle, then buy it. So the video cut off because I had low power, so I'm plugged in. But something published the year you were born. First of all, I love that prompt. It is so good. Just it's creative, it's fun, it causes you to do a little research. I love it. But I chose Beautiful Boy by David Sheff. Chef, I'm not sure. Man, am I scared for that one. A previous unfinished book, Iron Flame. A book set in summer Summer Romance by Alex Astor, who I met. So I'm like, I feel like I have to read it. One word title. Chose Light Lark by Alex Astor. I still haven't read it. Honestly, I have not touched this. That time I ran out of storage. But, I took the bookmark out so it didn't look like I hadn't read it when I met her. And then a book set where you want to travel. I forgot to grab this one. Hold on. I chose The Fury by Alex. Not going to attempt it because it's set in Greece and I always want to go to Greece. And the book I would choose, I've already read. So. And then something I picked for the title, Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. Because, I'm going to be so honest, I've not read the synopsis. I'm going in completely blind because I just love Megan Quinn and I love her summer books. And so I pre-ordered this and I'm excited. So help me pick some other prompts. I have some ideas of what books I want to use. Now I just need to like find a way to put it. So come with me to do that. So I just had this on my bed because I bought this recently. But I have Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. This has been an anticipated read for me forever. Ever since I heard the synopsis, I've been wanting to read this. I think I've been wanting to read this for a year. So I chose this under New York Times bestseller. I could do it under, not used to. I forgot what it's called. Oh my gosh. Something out of your comfort zone. But I decided to do New York Times bestseller because I could do anyone for New York Times bestseller. Actually, I might change it around, but so far, this is New York Times bestseller. Okay, I found some books that I want to read this summer that are kind of like in my head. So, I will try and fit them into my prompts while also thinking about the books I have at my dad's. So I already have one that I know, The Notebook. I've already read this before, but I started rereading it not too long ago. I did not get very far, and so I think this is going to be a favorite I reread since I'm already partly through a reread. So I'm going to do that one. I also have this brick of a book, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I think I'm gonna do this for a book out of my comfort zone because it is a historical fiction and I don't like historical fictions. But I know this book is gonna make me bawl to tears. So I'm gonna read it. So we have that one down. I have chosen a good amount of the remainder of our prompts. And for something adapted into a movie or TV, I chose To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han because it literally has a sticker, now a Netflix film. Something your friend recommends, I did Twisted Games by Anna Huang because my friend loves the whole Twisted series. Really, if she were to choose for me to read one book, it would be King of Wrath, but that's already on there. So she said that I should read Twisted Games, since I already have it. And then for a biography, I chose, it doesn't have a cover, The Half of It by Madison Beer. Because I looked it up and it is technically considered a biography, even though I'm pretty sure it's titled a memoir, which I don't know if that's a biography or not. But it's an autobiography, and I've been wanting to read this for a while. So I'm gonna read that. For my classic novel, I have The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I need this could also be under 150 pages, I think. But I chose it for classic. Because I'm not gonna willingly read that if it's not for the whole being classic. And then something you can read in a day. I chose The Housemaid by Freida McFadden because I've heard that it is very addicting and it's just a little thriller that I can read. So, these are all of the books currently chosen. These are the ones that didn't get chosen. They're sitting sadly in the corner. These are all of the ones chosen, and they are subject to change. I could be like, oh, I don't want to read this book anymore. My other friend recommends this book. Or like, I can switch them up. This is not my set. Oh, I forgot my other stack is over there. These are not my set, but these are what I'm going to have in mind when going to pick my next reads from here on out. Also, there is a prompt that's over 300 pages. I specifically left that one blank because I'm pretty sure all of these, other than maybe some are romance, but almost all of these are over 300. So I'm just gonna leave that one open in case I want to branch out of my list and be like, oh, I really want to read the next book in the Mortal Instrument series, or I really want to read Scythe and Sparrow and finish up the Ruinous Love trilogy. Like, you know, just any books that don't have a prompt, or I didn't assign a prompt. I'm just gonna have that one open because I would love to finish all of these. I would love to do this whole thing, except for like there's a prompt that's like a play. I'm not reading a play. Purposely, willingly, only on time. That's a different reader. You know, everyone has their own thing. Not me though. That's not my thing. But let's do one thing first. Let us highlight, because I'm going to be doing it on my list and on here. So first, let's do the free space. And then a previously unfinished book. And then today, it's been rainy these past few days and I've read on it, but it can be, on a rainy day, it can literally be any book, or like I have a sunny day. It's not suggestive to a specific book because I'm not going to read a specific book just because it's raining or just because it's sunny. Plus, technically, I'm currently reading Keeping 13, and that's not in any other prompt. So technically it has its own prompt. So it's fine. It works. I'm making up my own rules as I go, okay? So let me live my life. But we have technically 3 checked off so far, and a lot more to go. So this was a very impromptu video. I did not set up much beforehand, but stay with me while I finish this, and then I will treat you guys with a good haul with my 10% off from Half Price Books, okay? So, bye, love ya. Please like and subscribe and do all that YouTube stuff you know how to do. I will see you when I see you. Check out my TikTok. Bye.